Hi, team. It's Fitz, and welcome to the Fitzness Show. I have so much big stuff to talk about today. I'm very excited to share all the big news. Hold on. Just returned a message. So I am bursting at the seams because this week is the week for the Publix Gasparilla Distance Classic. So excited. I cannot wait to get back to an event, get back to runners and running, and for me, making lots of happy noise. And I had an opportunity to do that about a month ago in Havasu, Arizona, which was absolutely thrilling. Rudy and I got to make our debut back into races together, and it was a crap ton of fun. And so Gasparilla, I'm ecstatic about. Now, here's the deal with Gasparilla. It's a hybrid event. Many of you know this, but some people are still grouchy, like it's not exactly the same as it was, so I'm not going. Okay, stay home. However, here's the thing. It's something, and as us athletes know, and our race people, our running community, our walkers, whatever, we know that something is way freaking better than nothing. Who can agree with that? Something is better than nothing. And not only is it not just going to be something, but it feels like a real solid race weekend to me. So the only thing we're lacking right now is the mass start. And so if you haven't registered for Gasparilla yet, you still can go to rungasparilla.com. I have a discount code. It's fitzness, FITZNESS, 2021. Here, I'm putting it in there right now. So, so you can all use it. But yeah, you come out, you still get the shirt, you get the medal, you get all the stuff. We have a full-blown expo happening on Friday. In fact, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there as booth girl selling my book. And so don't forget that my Noisy Cancer Comeback's available, but come visit me at the booth, because if nobody visits me, it'll be sad and lonely. But anyway, we'll have the full expo Friday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., which is a lot. And then full expo Saturday morning up into the afternoon time. But Saturday and Sunday, you will have Bay Shore Boulevard, which is the big deal road that Gasparilla running events normally take place on. And that'll be open between 5 a.m. and 11:45 a.m. And most importantly, I know everyone's like, what's the most important part, Fitz? Well, the most important part is that I will be there on a real stage between a real start line and finish line structure, making lots of happy noise. So if you've never had your own personal start, your own Brian set go, well, I'm your girl. That's going to happen this weekend. And remember, Florida is open for business. Tampa is open for business. Not only are we going to have a blast running the 5K, 8K, I'm screwing up with the distances, so I'm not going to go there, but there's 4 different distances, and you get your medal. But our restaurants are open, our bars are open, our beaches are open. So come to Tampa, come see me. And I am so desperately craving runner hugs. You have no idea. So I'm going to go through the highs, and thank you for everybody who's jumping in and commenting already, because that's what this is about. It's about engagement. I have big news to share with this show. So stay tuned with me, because I have a lot of words to say, and I actually have a secret guest waiting in the wings. So Jody, hi, Mr. Jody. I love you. I got Beth, who's going to be at Gasparilla. I can't wait to see her. Dr. B, a crap ton of fun. Thank you. Brian does a great job of isolating my most precious quotes and sharing them, which I do appreciate. Pam, I'm going to be a guest on Pam's podcast on Wednesday, which I'm very excited about. Brian. All right, Brian, we're going to talk about ambassador stuff. You give me a ring, Brian. We can talk about your product. This is my requirement, is that it's legit, it works, and it benefits people's health and fitness. And you know, if it does those things, then we're on. I'm happy to share. So, here's the other thing with Gasparilla. Gasparilla friend is Meb Kaflisky. So the man who won the Boston Marathon immediately the year after the Boston bombings, the American man who, you know, earned his fame in a very special way. Meb's a Tampa resident now, or Tampa adjacent, and I believe he should be there this weekend. So Meb and I tend to run in the same circles at races sometimes, and quite often we completely miss each other. We never even cross paths. And then sometimes we do cross paths. And if I do cross paths with Meb this weekend. I'm going to bring him on live with you guys. So keep an eye out for the Fitzness show, Friday, Saturday, Sundays, probably when I'll have access to Mr. Kaflisky, the man with the very tricky name. Meb's pretty easy, but I'm pumped about that. And then before I go, I have a whole itinerary of things we're going to talk about today. But before I go to the things that were first on the list, I have a special guest. Pay attention, special guest. I see you there. He has a mouthful right now. So we're going to wait and let this man chew his food. Actually, forget it. I'm bringing him in because he's so cute while he's chewing.
Thanks.
I think it's better this way.
Thank you very much for that.
That's okay. Go ahead and finish what you're eating. It's not
I'm good.
like
I'm good. You're good.
You got it?
I mean, this was talked about last minute. Holy smokes.
Okay, so guys, this is the one and only Mr. Greg Weber, and he's one of my 2 race directors for the Buffalo Marathon, which I love, and he's got big news. So give us a little bit of a synopsis before you go straight to the big news, Greg.
So, as you know, you're coming to Buffalo in June now.
As the Grand Poobah, yes.
It's not a crazy. It's going to have a wave start, but we're going to have a real event, 3,000 people. So, the governor actually came out last Thursday at his news conference and welcomed us back. We're the largest race back in New York State. First race back in New York State, and we're actually the prototype for the races in New York State. So it's really exciting for us. You know, we're doing back handsprings. It's been a long battle since January. It's been crazy. I actually took this weekend off and didn't go near my computer just as some stress relief. But so this whole process we've been doing, for those people who have been to Buffalo, you know, we're a community event. We've been raising money since February, people registering for a race that they weren't sure was going to happen. Today, I just checked the total. We're at $138,000 for those people. So
spectacular.
That's great. And I'm always looking for stuff to do in the community. And I just found out our premier sponsor is Kaleida Health, our #1 or our largest health provider in the area. We have one of, I think it's 40. There are 40 freestanding hospitals, children's hospitals in the country. We have one of them, the John R. Oshai Children's Hospital. It's a brand new facility, was just opened a few years ago. It's beautiful. As part of Kaleida, Children's Hospital is a supporter of our race. And, you know, sadly, we're not going to do the diaper dash, our 2 and under this year, because the building that we do it in is closed because of COVID. But they are also the presenter of the 5K. So I was driving into work this morning and I heard that our registration has been closed other than the fundraisers. So I was driving into work this morning and we have a radiothon that's going to be here to benefit the hospital. It's one of their largest fundraisers. So I talked to a few people, and in a little while, once my registration director gets his act together, we are going to open registration for the 5K for a limited 150 spots. They'll be $75 a piece, and 100% of the proceeds will go to the hospital. They're not coming to the race, and the race is going to handle all of the registration fees that people typically see at the end. So people will pay $75, get to run the 5K in real, and that money goes to the local hospital.
Magnificent. Now, Greg, who is that open to? Is that open to anybody or just locals?
Anybody who wants to register. I think the people in Canada will have a little bit of a problem. They can't get over the bridge. They're more than welcome to register. I mean, if they can infiltrate our border, right? If they can infiltrate, well, they can register. It doesn't mean they're going to make it to the start line, but we do want to get the people. We do want to get people to the start line. So we're not going to open up registration. We managed our numbers very well. It's been part of our plan. We have to stay right around 3,000. We can add these 150 and we will still be below our capacity. We're thrilled about it. I don't know what that adds up to. It adds up to somewhere around $14,000 that'll go to the hospital. So the radiothon is Thursday. I'm truly hoping to sell it out by Thursday.
Now, and then let me ask again. Oh, you got a nice congrats coming in from Eric. We have charity bib opportunities for people who actually want to run the marathon or half marathon available, correct?
Right. We still have those available. They're called heart to heart fundraisers. And the nice thing that I think that we do with our charity fundraisers is the bib is $25. That's what it costs to get into the fuller half. All you have to do is raise 500. And I say that like all you have to do is 500. People go, oh yeah, that's really tough. Well, as you well know, my operations director's mom passed away of heart disease. And he thought it would be a good idea this year if he joined the Heart to Heart fundraiser and raised money and ran the half after we're done on Sunday.
Nice.
Well, I can't let him do that by himself, so now I'm doing it. So
should I do it too? Should I do it too, Greg?
No. Sign up. Oh, come on, Fitz. Who is watching this show that thinks Fitz should do the half marathon with us afterwards?
Wow, Fitz is not prepared.
Well, I wasn't prepared for this. I think your fans would love to see you come out. We're not going to do it fast. We're going to go do the course when we're done, and then we're going to go to our favorite watering hole and celebrate. It'll be fun. You're coming, Fitz. You're in. I've raised, I'm not doing it just to do it. I'm $50 short of 1,000 that I've raised. So
that's fantastic. Yeah. You know what?
I guess the question here, who would donate to see Fitz run this race with us? She needs to raise $500 and I will pay her entry fee.
Nobody better. I can actually hide comments. God forbid anyone says they want to do that. See, Eric wants to fly up. So Eric, you should fly up and get out of Dodge because we've all been trapped for a year. So come on up and join us. Beth is saying she's going to run in my place.
No, they're going to give you money.
They give money now.
You're in. This is the last time you'll invite me on your show.
Oh, Greg Weber, you're a troublemaker. In fact, I think
we have one other thing.
What's that?
Rudy has to do it because Rudy's going to be here. You both have to do it. Team Noisy. Well,
here's the deal. Rudy is having a medical procedure that will prevent him. He's going to get a free pass on that. Wait, here's the deal, Greg. I have to use so much energy as I run up and down the finish line with your athletes. If we want to treat them like royalty, I don't know if I'm going to have an energy post-marathon. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
What do you think I do the week leading up to the race? And Eric, look, Eric's going to give me my last $50. You can go on my Facebook page, Eric, and drop that in. And I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Nice. We have such a generous group of people here, don't we?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I wasn't planning this. I wasn't sure if people would take to this $75 idea for the 5K. So I already had two people. I had somebody email me a different question about the 5K, about registration. And I told her that it was going to open. And she said, oh, let me know. I don't want it to sell out. I'll buy two. So, sweet. I mean, people's outpouring and their desire to run is unbelievable. And that's all we want to do. We want to get them back.
And here's the thing I think is worth mentioning is people, running hasn't been canceled. People have been running alone for a long time now. People are desperate to be together. People are desperate to see each other, to see you, to see Rudy and I. I mean, it's just about this running family again now. People are willing to get on a plane and fly across the country to be there because we're going to have a hell of a good time on is it June 26th and 27th?
26th and 27th. Sunday is the half and the full and the relay. And to give people an idea, when we say 3,000 people, it's going to be 3,000 people. We're doing three different events. The full and the relay will start at 6 a.m. We're going to start 5 people every 10 seconds. So everybody will be on the course in 27 minutes. The other thing that we're going to do on the course to keep people from clumping up, because COVID, as race directors, our number one responsibility is runner safety. I mean, that at the end of the day, and you go to the restaurant, they try to keep you safe. You go to the ball game, they try to keep you safe. I mean, that's our job, right? We have to get them to the start line, to the finish line, and to home. We don't want them to stop at the hospital on the way. So we are going to start people in these waves with fast and slow people. They're going to be distributed. It's not going to be all the fast people up front, the walkers in the back. So when we say go, they're going to naturally separate, right?
Right.
A 5-minute miler and a 10-minute miler. We're going to seed them. So we're going to start at 6 a.m. for the full and the half. And then at 6 a.m., one of the things we've decided to do is take advantage of the 26 miles we have And think about a golf course and a shotgun start. We are going to start 1,000 people on the back nine at 6 a.m. for the half marathon. So half of the half marathoners are going out at 6, and at 7 o'clock, the other half marathoners will go out on the front. Same concept. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be chaos. It's been a lot of stress getting to the point to hear the governor utter those words. But
not only did he say Buffalo Marathon is on, he said, "Congratulations, Greg Weber."
Yeah, there you go. So
No,
didn't get to meet him, but that's okay.
That's okay.
He did his job. He did what I needed him to do. And,
that's right.
And the community is excited, and we're excited, and we're, I think, 7 days away.
Okay, so Greg, as you worry about safety, I'm going to make a commitment that I'm going to worry about fun. I'm going to make sure that everybody has a damn good time. You got that?
I got it, and we are going to have a blast running the half marathon.
Oh God!
And you know what? We have those new electric bikes here, so Rudy could get one of those electric bikes and come with us.
I could ride the electric bike. He can go home and rest. Yes.
I don't think so.
I'm not prepared for a half marathon yet. Can I? Hey, listen. What's on May 10th or 11th? It's one of those days. It's my 1-year chemo anniversary. I don't know. I'm going to throw the chemo card at you, Greg. I'm just not sure.
I have been with you through chemo since the start, and you've never pulled the chemo card.
Oh, this makes me want to play the cancer card. Wow, I had cancer.
who was so sick when we brought her to Buffalo, and she made every event. You never knew she was sick, and she had all of her energy, and then she retreated to her hotel room, unbeknownst to me. And suffered, but learn about it years later. So don't pull the chemo card.
It's all in here. Everyone needs to
Okay, I'll make you a deal. I'll cut you some slack.
Okay.
We'll get you signed up. Your fans can support you. And because of the way the course is designed, you can bail out at the 6 mile mark. Or pick us up at 6 miles and run the last 10K with us.
So what if we're negotiating intensely here.
I am not trained to run a half marathon. I'll just tell you that.
Okay. What if on maybe Saturday or Friday I do it? It's a very long day announcing a marathon. It may seem like I'm only working my mouth, but I will, as everybody knows, I probably put in.
Yeah, we'll leave that. I'll leave that open because it's still subject to debate whether anybody who knows me knows I don't sleep on marathon weekend, and I've threatened to go out on the course at 2 a.m. and run it. My light just went off.
I was going to say you look very spooky right now.
Yeah, so I may just go out at 2 a.m. and run it before the race starts.
Well, this one needs her beauty sleep, and this one needs Diet Coke to get her going in the morning. But we'll negotiate later. But for the meantime, anyone out there watching, tell your friends, go to buffalomarathon.com, register for full, half, relay as a charity runner. And then also we have 150 spots-ish available for the 5K on Saturday, and all the money will go to the Children's Hospital, which
we have about 100 we have 150 to 200 community slots left for the main races too.
Okay.
And if we sell them out and everybody hits their goal, we'll raise over $200,000.
Wow. I know that means so much to you. And whenever we chat, you always brag about how much you've raised. So well done, mister. And we'll get you over that hump.
Yeah, it's all about community.
That's right. All right. I'm going to kick you off now because I have a bunch of things to tell everybody. But you look super handsome today, and you don't look even remotely like you're wearing pajamas.
I'm at work. I had a really good weekend. It didn't snow. I had a friend out at the gorge that I took you hiking at. It was a good weekend.
Yeah, it also did not snow here in Florida. Proud to say.
People should come to Buffalo. We have a good time. You can attest to that.
It's a blast. 20 minutes from all sorts of cool stuff.
Yep.
All right, I'm kicking you out. Have a great day, Greg.
Peace out. Thank you.
Bye. Oh, he's so great. I'm so fortunate. I mean, all of my race directors are top notch. I love them. But Greg's one of my BFFs now. I'm very fortunate to have him. Okay, so BuffaloMarathon.com, big news. It's so nice that you can still register because they were isolating it for a while, only people within Erie County. And then there's been some wiggle room, and I'm thrilled to see it. Okay, moving on. Next up is tomorrow night. Do y'all remember the Wiggles? The kids, fruit salad, yummy, yummy, and toot, toot, chugga, chugga, big red car. Those Wiggles, the original yellow Wiggle, Greg Page, is going to be here on the Fitzness show tomorrow night. That's Tuesday. What's the date? I don't even know. It's hard to keep up with date. I'm not a date person, but Tuesday the 4th. And we are going to talk about his days performing as a Wiggle. And we're going to talk about his recent heart attack last year live on stage, or he had just stepped off stage, but live at a show, he had a heart attack. And it was a fundraiser, a disaster relief fundraiser for the fires in Australia, if you can remember those. So anyways, he's going to be a guest tomorrow, and I can't wait to talk to Greg. I've interviewed him once before, and he's just a gentleman, and it's a delight to hear him speak. And I love his voice. So if you had little kids, or you're just interested in hearing from a great entertainer with a great story, join me tomorrow night. And then on May 14th, I have I believe she's still the American women's marathon record holder, Dina Caster. She will be on the show with me. It's May 14th at noon. It's next Friday. And Dina has run all over the world in all sorts of races. And she's a dynamic presenter and also a sweet mom and just an overall cool girl. I love Dina. So for those of you who love to run, come back and listen to Dina Caster. I'll be promoting that as time goes on, but she's a great guest. And then we're both going to be together again in July. I think it's July 17th. I will be announcing the Women's National 6K Championship in, I think it's Columbus, Ohio. It might be Canton. I get them confused. Anywho, womens6k.com. If you register using discount code fitzness, you'll save on registration. But yeah, Dina and I will both be there, and it's going to be a wonderful event. Not only will we have the National Women's 6K Championship event, but then we have a ton of other athletes, like 900 and something other regular girls, Jills and Janes, participating, walking and running and doing their best. And then there's going to be a women's festival. And I'm pretty sure if you're a guy, you're welcome to come cheer for everybody, which is awesome. And then in June, I've got another fantastic guest. So last week we discussed Jeff Galloway's recent heart attack, and what a shock that was. Terrifying, in fact, for many people who think that I'm a runner. I'm immune to heart attacks and cancer and stuff. And so I am exhibit A of cancer being a real threat to even healthy, fit people. And then Jeff had a heart attack about a week and a half ago, and thankfully he's doing well. Thankfully, he identified those symptoms. He got done with a tough workout, and he felt nauseous and extreme fatigue, and it wasn't going away. He went into his house to recover, and things weren't getting better. So fortunately, got himself to a hospital, and he had, I believe, several stents put in and a pacemaker. I could be wrong on that. That's kind of hearsay from other news outlets. But Jeff's going to be here live and tell us all about it himself. That's at June. We haven't set a date yet. I'm allowing him to recover fully, which is what we all need him to do. But I'm really looking forward to Jeff Galloway being my guest. And I know so many of you are a huge fan of his. And one of the things I admire most, or the thing I admire most about Jeff, I mean, obviously he's an elite athlete. He's been to the Olympics representing the United States. He was a track athlete at Florida State. So he certainly has street cred when it comes to being a fast runner and an accomplished runner who's probably run more races than all of us put together. But Jeff is really not only inspired, but encouraged people to participate in running by giving them permission to walk during a race. And that really is a big misnomer. So many people think, oh, I can't do a 5K. I can't run 3 miles in a row. Well, okay, you don't have to. In fact, we have absolutely no referees, umpires on the side of a race course going, oh, you didn't bend your knee and propel yourself off the ground. You're out of here. Your legs are too straight. No, that doesn't happen. We encourage people to walk, to mosey, to stroll, strut. It's up to you. On occasion, of course, we'll have a time cutoff or a time limit, but most do not. Most were just very happy for you to go from the start line to the finish line. And Jeff has not only allowed that, but he's encouraged it, and he's given a really great formula for it. And I think, our running industry is far greater, far more significant in size because he has given permission for people to participate without actually running. Next up, I was going to talk about the Buffalo Marathon next, but we squeezed that in earlier. Look, Greg's still with me. Hey, Greg, I hope you finish up your sandwich. And I have more race news. As many of you know, Orange County Marathon and Los Angeles Marathon are happening on the same weekend in California this year, which we all say boo because we love them and we want to do them both. But it is what it is. This has been a weird couple years, and those poor race organizations are doing their best to just make their races happen at all. So Orange County OC Marathon is now just a half marathon this year. They've removed their marathon course just for this year. So it will be back in 2022. But right now we're doing the half marathon. LA, which shares a county line, will be doing the marathon on that Sunday. So on Saturday, both events will have 5Ks. On Sunday, OC has the half, LA has the full. And more importantly, you're going to have a bigger decision to make, and it's not just choosing which distance and which location you're going to do. You're going to have to choose announcers. That's right. You're going to have to choose between Rudy and I. And obviously, there's only one choice to be made when you're choosing your favorite member of Team Noisy. So I know in your mind you're going, ooh, Rudy. Rude. But yeah, Rudy is going to be announcing Los Angeles this year. And I'm going to miss Los Angeles, which makes me cry because it's one of my favorite races. Actually, they're all my favorite. And then Rudy has to miss OC, which is making him cry. But yeah, come join me. Pick me this year. That's ocmarathon.com, and you can save X amount of dollars. I can't remember the amount, but if you use Team Noisy at ocmarathon.com, you can register for the 5K, the half marathon, or both. And I promise finish line hugs. I promise start line hugs. In fact, if you approach me at a race, I am guaranteed to give you some loving, whether you want it or not. And that's a fact. Right, Greg Weber? Greg's like, yes. You can't say, hold on. All right, we're bringing Greg back in. Greg, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important do you think your announcers hugging the participants are as far as priority goes? Like, how important is our hugs to your runners? Yes. Okay, bye, Greg. All right, so you've heard it here. Our hugs are very important. Yes. And then I want to hear what you guys are up to. Who is registered for a race coming up? Who's been working out? I just started swimming again. Oh boy, look at this. See, Beth is chiming in. Beth actually will travel across the United States and has traveled across the United States just for Rudy and I. So there, proof that Greg is like, yes, that's true. Beth is just an example of the millions and millions of people that are willing to fly across the earth for a hug from me. Going back to our workouts, and I just started swimming again. So I was swimming aggressively, especially coming out of chemo, getting back into shape. And then in September, some things happened and I stopped visiting the pool. And then last week I decided I got to swim again, and I jumped back in a little too aggressively. And so on Saturday when I swam 20 minutes, which for me is about 1,000 yards. And then the next day I swam a little over 25 minutes, and I thought, oh, that felt great. No problem. And then Monday and Tuesday, both of my arms were like scarecrow arms. I could not lift them at all. They were very, very sore. And I actually went and got a massage to try and take care of that. And I was only minorly successful. So I'm not going to say pray for me, but if anyone wants to come over and rub my arms and my shoulders, that would be fantastic. I jumped back in the pool this weekend, but I was smart and I swam one day for 20 minutes. And then yesterday, that was Saturday. And then yesterday I went back and did strength training and treadmill, et cetera, et cetera. But you got to be smart with your training. And usually I'm quite wise. This time I was not. I would like to jump again to congratulate Antonia. So I'm not going to say your last name because I'm not sure He always tells me he's a private guy, but Antonio has done some contract work for me as a graphic designer over the years, and he's super talented. In fact, he created my logo right there, which I love. And he does a bunch of great work, and he's a super single dad. He's one of those Uber dads you just love to see. But he struggled with his weight for quite a while. And it's just been a few months ago, he reached out and said, Fitz, I've hit the wall and I need to lose this weight. And he was having what he called old man pains. And I think he's only 45, which is a young buck. So he started using the exact formula for weight loss. And I mean, it's just been a few months. I think it might've been January he started or later, and he's already lost 40 plus pounds. So congratulations, Antonio. He's been feeding me updates on the sly every week. He's not someone who goes public and shows his photos, which I love it when people go public and show their photos, because I think it helps keep them on track and encouraged fully. But he's been sending not only updates, but he's been taking before and after pictures. And there's these beautiful side-by-sides of him shirtless. So you can actually see his belly kind of wither away, and his waistline is now super svelte, and it's incredible to see the progress. So if you want your after pictures to come real soon, it's time to start taking action. It doesn't just happen. I was a guest on a podcast yesterday, and they were asking me about fitness, and one of the women said, well, it's mindset. Well, hell yeah, it's mindset. I mean, first of all, you have to understand the realities of weight loss, what works and what doesn't. I can tell you right now, the things that don't work are diets, pills, powders, supplements, shakes, snake oil of all sorts. None of that works. If you buy some sort of product and it has the word weight loss on it, throw it in the garbage. You don't need it. It's a lie. They're trying to scam your money. They're trying to take advantage of your desperation by telling you this is some sort of magic pill to get you to your point B. Baloney. It doesn't work that way. And so, of course, you need the information. So if you go on the cover of fitzness.com, which is right there, there's an article called the exact formula for weight loss, where I teach you how to eat the right amount of the right food for the size you want to be. It's a customizable formula. It requires you to buy nothing special. It requires you to avoid nothing special. It requires you to adhere to your specific caloric budget. And if you do that, your body will shrink down to the size you'd like it to be. Now, you can be any weight you want without exercise. In fact, when it comes to weight loss, your eating habits are way, way, way more valuable than exercise. You simply cannot exercise off reckless eating habits. However, so there you can be your ideal weight just by what you put in your mouth, by managing that. However, you cannot be fit without exercise. And so if you want to be of your ideal weight, but you also want to be strong with great endurance and have quality flexibility and good balance, you have to have exercise too. And when the two meet, it's when the magic happens. But here's the deal. Those things do not meet until you decide for them to. And so in regards to this woman's statement that weight loss is a mindset, sure, you have to have the information, but I see zero people, and I've been doing this for decades. I have found zero people to be successful with weight loss until they put their own personal foot down. So encouraging / badgering from your parents, your significant other, your friends, your colleagues, whatever. People can harass you all day about your weight and that they're worried for you. And it doesn't matter. It's when you finally look in the mirror and you go, oh, I can't do this anymore. Or forget the mirror. When you stand up from sitting down and your back hurts so freaking bad because you're wearing a 60-pound backpack on your body all day, every move you make because you're 60 pounds overweight, then you make the decision. And so you got to make the decision or don't. You really get to choose. It's your life. You make these decisions. But I want the best for you. I want you not only to live really long, I want you to live really well. And perhaps today's the day. Perhaps today is the day you look in the mirror and you just say, okay, I'm done. I just can't be like this anymore. And you know what? I was overweight, and I'm actually going to do a show completely on Fitz Kohler when she was overweight, but it was all encompassing. I remember hating parts of me, and that's not okay to hate parts of you ever for any reason. You can't hate yourself and be successful. It's just, it doesn't work that way. But yeah, I could not stand my waistline and my hips and my thighs. And I mean, it just was so stressful all the time. And it took my attention away from really productive things I could have been doing. Instead of focusing on my friends and my family and great activities, I was laser focused on my thighs looking what I perceived to be really bad in shorts or a swimsuit. And again, that ate up my mental space that I was not able to dedicate to really good things in life. And so I don't believe you have to be super lean or super this or super that. It's up to you. I want you to be the healthiest version of you. The way you look is really not my concern. It's your concern. But today, maybe today will be the day that you put your foot down and you get there. And if you're someone who has not joined into this racing community, okay, fine. We'd love to have you. And I can assure you that I've had plenty of people in the 400 pound plus category finish my half marathons and full marathons. I have witnessed that repeatedly. I've also witnessed many 90 plus year olds finishing full marathons. So if you think, oh, I can't do it, I'm too old or I'm too out of shape, okay, whatever, set low standards for yourself. But we would love to have you, and you could start off with a 1 mile and you can walk the 1 mile. And if you don't finish, who cares? Nobody gets hurt, nobody bleeds, nobody dies. You start, you try, you go as far as you can. If you fail, fine, come back and try it another time. So we'd love you in the racing community. However, it's not the only community. The chick who does my lashes, Jordan, she's now doing trapeze classes, which I think is so fun. In fact, I've done trapeze classes before, not only with the swing, but with the tissue, the big red tissue. That was excellent. That was a wonderful time. I have so many adult friends that are doing karate and taekwondo. There's Pilates, there's yoga, there's Irish step dancing, which that I need to take part in sooner rather than later. But there's a bunch of different opportunities out there, and go get it. Just go do something. Go canoeing, go stand-up paddleboarding, go snowboarding if you're in that environment. But life is good. There's adventure to be had. And perhaps today is the day that you choose that for yourself. Perhaps today is the day that you start your journey towards that after picture. And so if you're there, if you're in stage A where you're not so happy with yourself, take a picture, pick an outfit. I'm going to wear these jeans and this white shirt. I'm going to wear these leggings and this tank top, whatever. Take the selfies, set your the little timer so you can actually release your arms. You can get a front shot, side, your back, make your tushy say cheese, and then take another picture in 2 weeks and 2 weeks after that. And I love seeing progress pictures. And not only do I love them, clearly you're not doing any of this for me, but you will love them. You will love seeing the difference between before you and after you. And the continued progress is pretty spectacular. It's something that's very tangible when you get it on film. And then once you get to that point B, if you start to slide back ever, you'll be extra motivated by those photos you've taken. So I've rambled on enough, but again, this weekend's Gasparilla in Tampa. So if you haven't registered yet, please come see me. I really miss seeing everybody, and we are going to have such a fun time. I don't consider this a virtual event. It's a hybrid event. If you join us and you're running your race on Bayshore Boulevard, to me, hybrid event, you get the music, you get the start line, you get the finish line announcer, you get the shirt and the medal and all the goodies. You just don't have a mass start. So run Gasparilla.com. I will be there. I'll be there Friday at the expo with my book at a booth. So come visit if you don't have a copy yet. It's a great opportunity to get a book that's autographed, and I will have my stickers there. The I Can Do Hard Things stickers for everyone, and hugs galore because we're allowed to hug people in Florida. So, all right, guys, I love you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow evening with Greg Page from The Wiggles. Bye, team.